Hello everyone. So what I'm trying to achieve in this video is someone that asked me this scenario that he's having in his game. He's having this boat, and when the player is on his boat, he should be able to access all the items from his inventory. But when he's not on his boat, he should be not able to access all the items, but only some of them. Now, some of them, it will be some of them that he will put them in one side of the inventory. And for doing that, the first thing that have come in my head was to make two bags on the same player, and it's not very easy to do that. Since then I saw the problems, but I found a solution. And now not only this, to have the inventory double inventory, but if he's equipping something from the other uh, inventory which he will never be able to, let's say he's not on his boat, he's somewhere, I don't know, on an island walking around and he's going somewhere, and he equipped something from the inventory that is not allowed to actually do anything on that, like not sell, not dropping anything, nothing. It should actually show equipped on the player anyway. So that thing have to be available even if he's going around, if he equipped something, but not to be access to actually sell, because he needs to go back to his boat, transfer the item from one side to another side of the. It should actually be in the final project one inventory, but we will do it with two. Now, last night I saw that he's working something, but I didn't fully try it, so I give him an idea, but he says, well, it's not very easy to elaborate all this stuff because he doesn't really get it how too much. So I said, okay, I'm gonna give a try now. Since this video sometimes is taking times to actually first try and then redo it again, and I have to have two projects then to actually redo it, and it's not very easy. So I said, let me do it in first try. Maybe I will do it in the first try, and if it's working well, I don't need to actually redo it again and lose more time. So we have here the player inventory. At the moment I am in scene inventory example pickup items, which is this one, but I don't want this one because I will need to equip some stuff. So we need the one with equip items. Actually, I'm not gonna save anything here because I don't know what. So this one is having a chest. Now, of course, you might say why he doesn't make a chest on his boat. Well, yeah, this was with the other idea that I told him, but from the chest, like over here, you can actually only, let's say, take the stuff but not equip them. Um, you could actually make another button to equip, but he just want to see all the items in one UI, not two UIs, not a chest and a thing. He wants to grant access to all his inventory at any time, everywhere, as I told you. So here we have to actually play it with the inventory. Now, one of the things that I've done, I created a game object over here and I put another bag with the equipment, of course. I put just a helmet to test, and I put the skin UI inventory and the wearer self. And I said open self, which is this game object bag, open it. and is working it. Let's try it again to see if he's. So this is the main inventory of the player, as you see over here. Now if I open the other one, from what I see is not working until I don't close this one, just because this action over here, um, if when you actually open the inventory, is actually searching for to see if the inventory is actually open. If it's open, it's stopping, it's not opening anything because it's already open. Right now it's opening the inventory on that, so if I want to actually open the inventory again and do this, still is not gonna work. So but if I do it manually, it will work. As you see, it's inventory on the top of the other inventory. So if I equip this, for example, and I close, uh, now this is kind of strange over here because it's showing me from the second inventory that I can unequip, but it doesn't show me that, which until here I could go fine with that. It's perfect, okay. I mean, I like that somehow the scripts of the game creator actually communicate between them. Now the problem is over here, since I can't see it over there. I can see it only here. And this can actually be a problem because I want to see this equipped, the icon on the author inventory. So for doing that, we have to go a little bit on the scene mode. And check this, which is in the background section, items, no, equipment, should be the head, which is the one. Hmm. Now this UI inventory is contemplating with the content of that. Now this trigger is something else that I was trying last night, is nothing important. Um, yeah, this could be actually one of the big problems at the moment, and I'm thinking about searching a solution, but And the solution there isn't, because when you say equip on the buttons over here, which at the moment I don't get it why is not appearing. Oh, here it is. Viewport, content, buttons. It all should be on details here. Now this is the thing, since the second UI is actually seeing this, now it doesn't see it anymore, which is pretty weird. See if I put this. So now I can see it on the second one, but I cannot see it here. It's very weird how this one is actually taking all this information. Default bag self. This one actually says automatic display to currently selected cell UI item. So to just display that UI of the inventory. So for the equipment, we don't have something like that, unless over here we don't say from which bag to actually look at it. But how can I tell him to look at two bags? I don't think it's got the option of variables to actually look from two bags. Um, the equipment it's only one, so that's not a problem. Over here, of course, if I'm doing like this, I activate this and deactivate. Now it's working, so I can see it over here. And probably if I click now, I will equip. But then if I have this item on this other bag, I cannot see it over here. So what I will do, I will try to see if I can create on the default UI inventory global variable. Let me see, where is this? And I will create here create a list of inventory var, and I don't even know what I'm gonna put here. Probably I'm gonna put like game objects. This is conditions. Interesting. Oh, and here we got by index. Yeah, I think I can actually do it by index. Um, but now that I'm thinking about, even if I do it, I need to actually equip it on in only one equip slot. So I have to drag it on that over there. Cannot drag it on the other one because I need to have otherwise two versions of the inventory. I need only this side, this thing in the middle, and one of these. So unless I can find a way to drag from one inventory to other across the screen, which is not allowed, you will need to actually have only by equip button, and that's it. If you have by equip button, that is gonna work. But if you want to drag and equip, it's gonna work only from one inventory, which will be the one on the top. And probably he's not gonna use that inventory since he wants to take with him more stuff. But anyway, that's gonna be a minor limitation. Now, when we want to equip, we want to put conditions, because if we equipped already something on the slot 0, we have to tell him that he cannot equip anymore anything, neither from the second inventory, because otherwise it's gonna be available from the second inventory to equip. So let's put it by index. And I will have to put this inventory var over here. But on the inventory here, do we have a bag actually instead of this inventory bag? Nope. So now we have another problem. What I'm gonna tell him? Game object? It's not gonna work. I need to create a variable type of bag. Wait, I will revert everything here. Need to actually see this is UI default, which is taking the script, this script from there. So it's gonna be a game object. So it has to be a game object. Okay, I'm gonna try with game object instead of from bag UI, and this is not gonna work because it's saying already from bag UI. If I put game object, even if I put the same, I don't think it's gonna work. Let's see. We're doing the test with only one, and here is give the error. Okay, an error because it cannot find like that. So this is not gonna work unless I change this script. Now that I'm thinking about why I'm making two bags when I can make two bag list UI. Can I actually duplicate this? Saving limitation, pay component as new. But actually watch, this is working the default bag. I have to give him another content where to put it. Let me see it on the screen first, this thing. This one we change it back from bag UI. Just for a second, let me test if this is working back, because over there I put the bag UI, but I don't think that's the right one. Okay, just thinking that over here is saving something else, but no, it's okay. Now we actually do like this, and we have two contents. What if we create another content? Um, gonna move this one a little bit to the right for the safety, then we will see. And this one we will say this content here. Probably it will show the same item on both sides in this way, because we didn't specify which bag, so it's gonna open the same bag on both of them, which is like cheating. I'm gonna take only one item on the inventory. See what is happening in the back. This is actually interesting. So on that I'm pretty sure, and this one doesn't do anything. Probably that's because it's taking the first bag UI list. What if I say default bag game object and I give him this game object, but I done this over there. I need to do it here in the live game object. So now I have to close the inventory, open the inventory, and if I'm gonna open this inventory, it's not showing over there. And that's because he opened another inventory which is not having this, which is this one. For doing this, I should use this inventory that I'm having over here and telling him that the second UI 7 default bag, this is gonna work like this bag, and I'm gonna take it from here, and when I'm opening manually. So say boom, give me an error, and okay, passing on those is actually working. So I have to solve now the problem with these ones. These ones, they detect something weird that they don't like, um, which they will detect even if I don't have two inventories. Okay, I have to find a way. Let me do it like this: game object. I will do second bag and second, and I will try to find it by name, which is not the best solution, but hey, let's try everything here. Bag, it will be a game object. Find by name, it will be second bag. So whenever it's get instantiated, it will search it by that. This one is gonna be on him. So yeah, let's try like that. I open the inventory. Oh, what do you know? Here it is. It's working. If I equip it, shows equipped, but not over there, and is not equipping on the player, which is not what we want actually. As a second bag says wearer self. Wearer, not self. Wearer should be over here player. Why he put it like that? Okay, let's try again. Keep. Okay, so he's equipping on the player now, but it's not showing here, and that was expected to happen like that. But at least we have two inventories, because right now, look, if I'm going over here and I'm to take stuff, they will be take it only in the first inventory, which is this one. Now, the second problem that I will have, it will be to actually transfer from one inventory to the other inventory like this. But this can be done with a button. So if I click over here instead of equip and drop, it will appear even another button, which it will be transferred to the other inventory. Now, of course, it's a mumbo jumbo on the screen with the UI over UI, but we will order that. But at least we having something that is working until a certain point. Now, we need to solve the problem with the equipment, which is the second over here, that we need to actually tell him somehow um, from which bag UI we actually have equipped to display. So this can be done in two ways. One, I can actually duplicate this, and probably it will be the most easy one because this one is taking the UI from there. It's taking the first one. But if I'm doing like this, we create another inspector here, and on this one I will locate, actually I will locate here, and I'll go down here, and this one I will drag the second bag UI, supposedly is that. Now if I hide this, see if I equip and equip, unequip and equip back. Now this one I do it like this, is not showing it. Is that because I have the inventory open and need a refresh? Yes. Okay, let's do it like that first. So I will duplicate this, Control D, and over here I had the second UI. This is the first and this is the second, and we're dragging over here. Now whenever we equip from the second one, if I press the button to equip from the second inventory, which I don't really like to have two buttons equip, one for the one side of the inventory, one for the other, it will actually set this off and it will activate this one. But let's see first if it's working like this and manually, and then we will find another solution for the other problem. So now I need to see what is happening over here. Second equipment. So I go here and I equip and it's working. But the thing is that if I have another helmet on me on the first inventory, I still can equip. And of course that icon is the icon from the default for nothing on the second one. But if I go on this one, I can equip another one. So this is the reason why and where you have to find a solution to actually not be able to equip an item from one of the sides when in, like, if I equip it from here, I can't equip anymore from here another helmet. So how do we do that? Well, let's first unequip both of them. Which is not very easy. Let me see if I actually have this off. Can I still equip this? Yeah, it says equipping, but and it's showing me on the character, but not there. Hmm. The other solution, it will be to actually be able to not equip from the right side but only from the left side, but that's not what we want. We want to actually be able to equip it even from there. um, solutions. So the other idea was to use the same slot, and I think that's the best solution since we are sharing the same slot based on an integer. So what I was saying earlier was this one over here, to use the bag UI based on an integer. What I was thinking about is when I actually equip from the right side, I press the button, and this is another thing because I need to know from which side to equip, and it will imply more and more conditions. Based on that, it will change over here from bag UI integer from the variable list if it's the first one or the second one. Now, first, I don't know if it's gonna work to find the bag UI from the variable, which I don't think. And second, I have to find a solution to not be able to equip from the other side if it's already equipped, which that can be done. It will imply a lots of conditions, a very complex mechanism. But the main problem, I don't think is gonna take it from the variables, because it didn't took it from the game object, which is the same that I can use on the variables. On the variables, I have to create a variable with a bag UI, which is not easy. The other solution, it will be actually to change the script. And we need to find the bag, which is this one, and somehow in some solution share this bag based on something. I don't think I can expose a member over here so easy because these have drawers, scripts. Let me see, int test keyboard. It will appear the integer test above over there, then we can do something very fast. It otherwise, and we cannot. It needs to be to change even on drawers, which it's a little bit more complicated, and every update you have to actually take in consideration to change that. This is the bag, and it will be bag drawer bag equip UI probably is this one, the drawer. Yeah, it's this one, the UI editor. So I will have to add another one here. Find properties, realize that, yeah, can be done. I could do that and change it, but this video it will take more time and it will be more complicated than to. So what I will do actually over here, I will actually add another bag, and I will add some conditions then based on some bools, and based on that I could actually choose which of the bag is to take it from. Um, that it will be the most easy and fast. At the moment I don't have other ideas. Unless on the same equip slot over here I will duplicate even this one. First let me get this back. Was the original, and then we do a test. Since we actually duplicate over there on the UI default inventory the bag UI, we duplicate even the bag equip UI. And if that's work, well, we might have something. Let's see. Copy component, paste component as new, and is working. So until here we are good. On the inspector over here, we go and we tell him the second bag UI, which is this one. So now we override a change and we do like this. Now I open the inventory. We have to find a solution to tell him when I equip from the when I equip over here, since we have two now, when I equip from the right or from the left. And the most easy to have it will be to have two buttons, equip and equip. Um, the other solution is whenever I click on this one, because when you click on this one, it's getting activating a part of it, which is, I go on the scroll here, viewport content. You could see that actually is getting one is selection, I believe. From some reason is not working, or is not actually put it active. Prepaid is usable as property. Says active selection. If I will have actually more item on me, like this one, I'm gonna take all of this. And for this I have to go in the author content, viewport content. If now I will click on the armor over here, this selection will get activated, and if I click on another one, it will get deactivated. So whenever I click on one item, I will the UI will know on which side I will actually click it. If I can click here, see it's unclicking over there, just like this. So right now I click it on the armor. If I click on the right side, you unclick it over there. So whenever I click in one side, I know now which one I will actually be equipping it. So what I will do here, I will say to this other side. Let's suppose that I equip from the right side. I will put here a trigger on enable to go here and enable this and disable this one. So if I will disable this one and I will enable only that one, guess what is gonna happen? It will get like this. So now I'm over there. Now, if I'm going here and I want to equip it, it still be able to equip, but I have to find a solution now to not be able to equip any more helmets. And this is gonna be another tricky way. I can do it actually to check conditions based on the item himself. If the item is something to activate a bull and say, for example, if I click on this helmet over here, the selection on that, which is not this one, is this one, it will get activated and it will enable a bool where it will say this is a helmet, and then it will check if I have equipped already a helmet. The equip button, it will go off because I can't equip it anymore. Not very hard, but as I said, it's not very easy. So how I will check if it's a helmet? Well, I will have to check that by the item himself. This is a metal helmet, but first let's do the selection one where actually I enable and disable the trick. Let me show you. So I was saying on the that it should be on the UI cell. So I will need to find the UI default cell cell inventory cell. So this is the selection. I have to put here a trigger, and this trigger has to be on enable to check something, to check what it has to check, on enable to actually, let me close the door. Okay, on enable he has to I am on the second inventory and I click over there on the right side. How do we actually know from which cell is this inventory cell? I might say to the second content, to the inventory himself over here on enable. To set a text. Set text, and we will put here a text, a variable, local variable, which will be a string, and this one it will be check inventory side inventory number. We can actually say not by string but by number, which is much more fast. So instead of this, put a number, and we're not checking this, it will be inventory number. So this one on enable, it will set not a string, it will set a number. Set number from, let's see if we can find the parent on game object. We will say from parent, from name. My god, there is nothing to use it. Game time, nope. Okay, probably it's better with a string actually in the end. Set string, and it will set the local variable here. It will be string in the end. inventory number. So this one, when it's getting activated, it will set a local variable, which is going to be over there, and it's going to be the inventory number from the text, and this has to be from the name a game object, and it will be of the parent game object self. So it helps to find the first, it will find the first parent, which it will be, in this case, the content over here. We will actually change. For example, this one, we will put 2 instead of content, and over here 1. It doesn't matter, this thing. Okay, so we know which inventory it is. So this one, when it's getting this cell, when it's getting instantiated, because we actually took an item on us, it will set on the local variable over there, down there, the number of the parent, which it will be 2 or 1, and we will have here either 2 or 1. Now this one on enable, we said, now I'm forgetting all this chain. Oof. We said that we want this inventory cell, yes, to enable, to do a condition on enable. Run some conditions. Conditions. It will be these conditions, and we will say if text equals on the local variable, this one, inventory number. Now if you want to make this local variable somewhere outside of the inventory cell, it will not find it, because this one is getting instantiated. So when it's getting instantiated, it will check only what is around here. This is something that I saw that some people, they don't understand. So it will check if number is 1, then set active. Here we have 2 options. One has to find on the inventory, or actually on the old hierarchy, the equip slot 0, or we can actually set a global variable, and we will actually set trying to find the most good solution for the best performance, because over here we need to check something, and if we're doing checking on update, it's not gonna do the best solution. We have to do this then for all the equipment slots. So how do we actually check the number? We can do it by signal, but then of course by signal we have to tell him when he's not equipped. um, let's see if we can do 2 things in one, like one signal, emit signal, and we might say add one, and second it will be it's got 2, add 2, we override this, and now we have to tell him here trigger on signal head 1 it will has to enable component. This it will be for the head 1, so it will be this one. Shit, enable component. This one doesn't get from the game object. I mean, it's getting from the game object, but I don't want from that. I want to build property. No, I want to actually drag the component himself. Invoke method. This one here, bool enable. Okay, it's much better like this. So I will enable one and I will disable the other one. So this one is getting enabled and the other one is getting, hoping that I drag the right one. So this one has to be like this and this one has to be here. Okay, this is on head 1. Now I create another one, copy, paste component as new. This one it will be on head 2. So on head 2 I will have to drag this one here and the one from above here. I'm a little bit worried that it's not gonna work like that, but you know, let's try. As I said, it's a very complex operation to do. Gonna take the head one with me on the inventory. So I need to see actually what is happening under the hood to make sure that actually it's working. So over here right now we have both of the bag. Now if I equip from here, the one from above, this one should get disabled. Let's see if it's working. And yep, it's working. So as you see over there, right now it's working. But now if I want to equip from here, it will still do like that. It still work. It will just do the trick at reverse. It will enable and disable the other one. Which is not working for some reason. Because if I remember correctly, the cell was supposed to if it's on the second one, Now this is the second one. If I click here, this one should actually select this and see that is the parent is number 2, is the inventory on the it's 2, and it should emit the signal head 2, which actually this one it should disable the one from above, and unless over here I have something done bad. Let me see. It has to enable this one and disable the one from above. So just for the, we'll do another test, and it's not doing it. This one is working. Unless this signal is staying always on and on, because I don't remember how the calls are working on it. But we can check that by doing like so. We go here in the viewport and we can actually disable this. This is gonna be too late right now because the signal is already emitted. Let's open again the inventory, and we're doing from one side only. So the one from above should be disabled and the one from under should be enabled. Okay, and it's not working, which means that either the signal is not working not details items, scroll number 2, viewport 2. We should have here number 2, and we have inventory number 2. And over here, if the string equals 2, if none, I don't have dragged the string over there, you see, the local variable found the problem. So yeah, I have to be careful on this was on this. Here we have the variable, but here we don't have it. So I have to drag the variable from here down here. Somehow it didn't actually register it. Probably when I done the copy, this is the problem. Okay. The good thing is that we found where was the problem. So now let's try again that. This video already it's long. We got the inventory here, back section, items, no items, equipment. We want to see this one. When I click on this, the back from above gets enabled, this one gets disabled. When I click on the other one, it's doing reverse and then back and forward. Now until here we solved the problem with the bag equip. The other problem is that it still can be equipped, both of them, which is not good. So what I mean by that, if now I'm clicking here and I equip it over there, I can see the item. If I actually click on the right side, I can equip even from here. Now the icons over there, you have to see the mask. That's why it's creating that shady stuff. But anyway, that's easy to do it from the UI. You just eliminate the mask and we can see it on the player. The second thing is I have it equipped from the right side. I should not be able right now to equip anymore from the left side. So whenever I click here on the left side on another helmet, actually wherever I'll equip it, I will click uh, I should not be able to equip. Actually, the best thing it will be to unequip any item on the head. Which is not a bad idea. For doing that, I have to find what the equip button does, as it's taking orders from somewhere. Um, Now this condition was for something else. It's taking it from details here, and these details automatically display the currently selected cell UI item. Well, you can do it with two ways over here. Like when you actually click over here and you're actually already using the button over there emit signal to appear. Instead of this detail, select the cell UI doesn't know which one is. This is the problem. Well, over there you have to find a solution with another conditions, which actually you go on the equip slot over here and you can actually tell him when something is equipped or not. And that you can do it with the same trick that I've done it in another video, where actually you create another empty over here, for example, and you drag it on active active is equipable, I believe it was. And if you actually unequip, on the main one is working. Let's see if in this one um, this one is not working because it has to take it from the second bag UI, which is this one. I have to do the same thing here for the same game object here. So right now if I do like this, whenever this one is activated, the a trigger, it will be on it and it will say head is equipped. And if head is equipped, then if I click on this one and it will check, it will see that is a helmet, the equip button, it will not be available, which is not the best solution actually, because you actually want to equip and unequip the other one. You can do even that by telling it to the first one to actually unequip it, which say the trick is over here, that is working only when I click on one of them. Okay, I'm gonna close this video here and I will leave it like that. Then if I will come with other ideas, I will put on YouTube. But until then, well, I hope that I give you an idea how this can be done. Of course, the best solution, as I said, it was to actually use this one here, change the script, the most fast and easy. But that's a little bit more complex, and I'm not gonna do it on this video, or probably ever, because I don't really need it, and